Hi James, here we three guys are going to give the presentation on sustainability strategy. So first of all, I would like to thank you very much because you have made some arrangements for us to represent our strategy presentations. Myself Biren Kumar Patel and my student ID is 11596516 and name of my another group member are Chirag Kumar Patel and his student ID is 11602676 and BB Samuel and student ID is 11595004. And now we are going to present on sustainability strategy. Now sustainability definitions. Let's start with the defining of sustainability. So what is sustainability? So now I will try to elaborate sustainability in brief. Sustainability can be defined as the economic development of the communities in right manner. Moreover, on overall development of the environment and complete improvement of quality of life of people with sustainability environment presentations. Now let's move to next slide. The next slide will give us the brief idea on the process of achievement of human developments. So here I would like to acknowledge that what is human development in actual. So human development or human development approach is about expanding the richness of human life rather than simply the richness of the economy in which human beings live. It is an approach that is focused on people and their job opportunities and their choice. That means richness of human life is more important than richness of company or any organization, whatever. So basically it means like whenever a human is rich enough to perform good in a company, then because of some humans, the company will give us a good result and good output and it can achieve the desired goals. So this is achieved through sustained economic development of individual through effective all-round management in terms of social, economic and environment welfare of the communities as a whole. Now in the very next slide, we will talk about the sustainability drivers. So here we consider mainly three kinds of sustainability drivers: rapid globalization and increase of industrializations. If I talk about the rapid globalization, then a rapid globalization and increasing in industrialization is bring the opportunity of business. However, it often brings some significant risks. Now, interconnecting stakeholders also considered as a driver of sustainability. Rapidly developing and emerging technology. Here we choose one company to understand the sustainability strategy. So I have done a lot of research on internet and finally I come through a company which can explain the concept very briefly, and the company name is Heineken, one of the famous beer brands in Australia. Here we choose the Heineken company for understanding sustainability strategy. First of all, I would like to acknowledge some background in the details of Heineken. Heineken was founded in 1864 and Heineken is a Dutch brewing company. Heineken owns about 165 breweries in 70 countries, having employing more than 76,000 now employees, selling about 250 international premium beers. The annual production of the company is more than 181.3 million hectoliters in terms of volume. Now in the next slide, we will talk about the triple bottom line goal of company. So the triple bottom line goals of the company. So here the company considered mainly three terms to set the bottom line goal, like economics, social and environmental are considering base to achieve the results. Environmental and resources impact are often the easiest area to identify and address it. Now consider some of the following area like material, energy, water and extra. Total materials used by weight or volume and environmental impact, percentages of material used that are recycled input materials. Energy, direct energy consumption by primary energy resources energy saved due to conservation and efficiency improvements, initiative to provide energy efficient or renewable energy based products and services, and reduction in energy requirements as a result of these initiatives. Water. Total water withdrawal by source and significant impact. Percentage and total volume of water recycled and reduce emissions, effluents and water and waste and initiative to reduce. Total direct and indirect greenhouse gas emission by weight. Emission of ozone depleting substances by weight. Now NOx, SOx and other significant air emissions by type and weight. Total water discharge by quality and destination, total weight of waste by type and disposable methods, total number of volume of significant spills. Now this was a brief introduction about the triple bottom line goals of the company, and in next slide we will understand the triple bottom line goals in very brief detail. So it is an accounting framework with three parts. The parts are defined as social, accounting and environmental. The three-part intermingle towards attainment of common goal of environmental and economical sustainability. In the next slide, the slide number 8 will give us some idea about the stakeholder engagement. So stakeholder engagement takes place in variety of the other way throughout the year. Let's take some example of international and purposeful listening to stakeholder occurs. The Sustainability Advisory Council SEACE has represented a wide variety of external stakeholders since in its initial meeting in 1992. So though leaders are selected to represent external point of view in ongoing semi-annual meetings. Of course, the member brings their knowledge, experience and understanding to discuss issue of concern to DOE. The Business Sustainability Forum is a group of DOE marketing and business people who identify trends and helps enables response to address growing sustainability requirement. Now I would like to add some knowledge in this presentation on the topic of sustainability business model, which is a very important model. So Heineken has been able to identify 4 key areas on which they will focus deeply and more focused second phase for brewing a better future. As we can see from the figure that 4 key for better futures are water, climate change, sourcing and responsible consumption. Heineken target to reducing specific water consumption by 25%. Also they target to reducing the carbon dioxide emission in brewery, fridge and distribution by 50%, 40% and 20% respectively. Moreover, Heineken targeted to goal about sourcing that they delivered 60% of raw materials in Africa while local sourcing, and their main aim for at least 50% of their main raw materials supplied from sustainable resources. In the next slide, we will discuss about the carbon footprint of Heineken. So the carbon footprint will give us some idea. Like Heineken has developed a comprehensive carbon footprint model that calculates the greenhouse gas emission of beverage production in order to better identify areas for improvement in our value chain. As we can see from the figure of carbon footprint of Heineken calculated in 2012, they calculated the carbon footprint of the 24 largest operating companies in Europe, Africa and Americas based on 2011 data. The graph which is represented here, it presented below the represented of 92% of the Heineken company volume at that time. The Heineken company carbon footprint calculated in 2012 is approximately 68 kilograms carbon dioxide. And as you can see, the share of different proportions are shown in figure. As we can see, the agriculture is 8%, beverage production is 17%, distribution 10%, malting and engines are 6%, packing material production is 31%, the largest, and cooling is 28%. Now let's have a look at some sustainable strategy of Heineken. So Heineken has adopted long-term approach for sustainable value for company, society, and as whole. So they have adopted the approach of brewing better future. Heineken strategy plan was launched in 2010. Company focus on main four key areas. The four key areas are make largest variation. For example, they focus on protecting the water resources, reducing carbon dioxide emission, sourcing sustainability, and advocating responsible consumption. Each of these areas is strongly relevant to their day-to-day business operation and to their stakeholders. I will talk about some sustainability production ideas now. So in this slide, we can see the figure that how the order and way of Heineken sustainability production system. Now in next slide, it is about sustainability accounting and reporting. Now from sustainability report of Heineken, we can say that Heineken review its strategy internally against the SDGs. Their analysis of current policy and activities highlighted how the strategy directly related to support several of 17 SDGs. Now we will look it in brief. Now good health and well-being. Ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. The second is quality education, which quality education ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote learning opportunity to all. Then the clean water and sanitization, ensure the availability of sustainable management of water and sanitization for all. Affordable and clean energy. It ensures access to affordable, reliable, sustainable and modern energy to all. Now decent work and economic growth. Promote sustained, inclusive and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment and decent work for all. Responsible consumption and production. Ensure sustainable consumption and production pattern. The life on land. Protect resource and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem, sustainability manage forest, combat desertification and halt and the reserve land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. Let's move to the next slide, which will give us the idea about the global governance and sustainability. First of all, we would like to explain about the global governance. Now, sustainability is embedded throughout our business. For example, in supply chain, that means water and carbon dioxide, procurement, that means sustainable resourcing, HR, that means health and safety, and marketing and sales. In 2015, the executive team, chaired by the CEO, became the highest governing sustainability body, replacing the corporate affair committee. Progress on sustainability was also shared with supervisory board. Now let's move to the next slide, which is the conclusion about the whole brief description about the Heineken sustainability strategy. Now the conclusion, by referring the above data and study, the final conclusion can be best made by the following output. Now the Heineken outputs, financial 20.5 billion euros revenue, 822 million euros income tax expenses, and 27.8 effective income tax rate. Now total dividend of 1.30 euros per share. Natural sustainability source raw material, which includes 21% barley, 53% hops, and 71% bittersweet apples, 21% renewable electricity under green certificates, 2% own generated renewable electricity, 3.8% renewable thermal energy, use human over 1.5 million training hours completed by employees. 50,000 employees completed High Court e-learning training and 2,000 plus employees completed road safety training. 6,000 plus employees completed anti-bribery e-learning module. 53 nationalities represented in senior management. 77% employee climate engagement score manufactured. 167 breweries, materials, cider plants, and other production facilities. 26% of water reduction since 2008, 24% energy reduction since 2008, 115,000 plus green fridge purchase in 2015, 45% average energy saving compared with 2010. Social 23.6 million euros donations and 10 million euro increase in endowment fund Heineken Africa Foundation to 30 million euro in total in 2016, 9 spent on Enjoy the Heineken. Now here is the end of the presentation. Again, I would bring us the opportunity to explain about such an interesting topic which is very important into our subject. Thank you so much.